before you make the move to Greenville, South Carolina, you really thought to yourself, am I making the right move? Well, from neighborhood rankings to surprising homeowners' reactions, this is the only video that you need to make that important decision. First, let's start with a map tour of Greenville, South Carolina, so we can figure out where everything is located in this wonderful city. All right, now let's talk Greenville, South Carolina and look at the map. So here we go. We have the entire upstate of South Carolina with Interstate 85 running from Georgia up through, dissecting through South Carolina, hits Greenville into Spartanburg, and then rolling into North Carolina. So as we sink into Greenville, some things to note about Greenville. We have Clemson, Liberty on the west side of Greenville, not Greenville. Those are Anderson and Pickens County. We do have the west side of Greenville would be here in Berea. It would be over here in Welcome and Powdersville, although not in Greenville, right here, would be considered a Greenville suburb, only about 15 minutes to downtown Greenville. And it has its own shops, all that fun stuff. Now, as far as where some people may want to live in Greenville, we have a lot of places. So if we dial down into Greenville a little bit more, a few things that you can see as we are highlighted on Google Maps. We have Unity Park, which is an awesome park right on the Swamp Rabbit Trail, right in the middle of downtown Greenville with multiple places to eat, have coffee, shop, all that fun stuff. We also have the Greenville Zoo right here. As you can see, again, specifically right in downtown Greenville. Hey, what other city has a zoo right in its downtown? Again, Greenville Zoo right on the Swamp Rabbit Trail. And again, the Swamp Rabbit Trail, it's a trail, paved trail of about 15 miles that goes from southern Greenville all the way up, which we'll get to this in a second, to northern Greenville. Ride your bike, walk, run, skateboard, rollerblade, do what you want. So as we come out from downtown Greenville, which is right here, we have Overbrook, historic neighborhood, close to Greenville, smaller homes, but those homes are going to be a little bit more on the pricier side just because of location to Greenville itself. Now, as we come out, we do have a little bit more. So we have over here, we have Nickeltown, which is a revitalized neighborhood. Used to be a mill neighborhood. Now it is sort of being revitalized. Again, it's sort of bread and butter is that it's very close to downtown. But as we come here, you'll notice Gower Estates Park. Gower is one of the A-rated neighborhoods in Greenville, South Carolina. People want to be here. You'll find more out about that later in this video and the why. But Gower is right here, and one of the big reasons you can see, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump to downtown Greenville. Now, as we roll out a little bit more, you're going to find this over here is sort of what is considered the east side of Greenville. East side of Greenville, we can talk through a lot of things. We can talk through Taylor's, we can talk through Greer. You'll notice through as we sort of zoom away from Greenville, Taylor's, and Greer, this is going to be about 20 minutes from right here. This is going to be about 25 to 30 minutes. Taylor's and Greer can mean a lot of different things, i.e. they can be very sort of centralized and near Greenville. They can also sort of be a little further out. They span a wide range. They are both two suburbs of Greenville. Taylor's does not have a traditional main street. Greer actually does. Greer has a great main street, very small, quaint, small town vibe with a great city park right here. Now, again, as we come out a little bit more, you're also going to notice another sort of highlighted neighborhood that we'll talk a little bit more about later on in this video is right here, Sugar Creek. Now, Sugar Creek, it is a neighborhood full of 800 plus homes where families and friends absolutely love. 3 pools, tennis courts, pickleball courts. Again, we'll get into more of that later on, but it's right here. Again, in relation to downtown Greenville, Sugar Creek right here. And we're gonna say Greenville over here. Sugar Creek, depending on traffic, can be anywhere from about 18 to 30 minutes away to downtown Greenville. All that fun stuff. One more thing that we want to highlight, we have a lot of parks in Greenville. We have Herdklotz Park right here. We have the Pavilion Recreation Complex right there. That's an ice skating rink, tennis, pickleball courts, soccer, football, all that fun stuff. We have Runway Park right here. This is right next to our downtown airport. That's the small airport here. It's not our international airport. And in reference to that, as we sort of roll out a little bit right here, you do have GSP, which is right here on 85 Greenville Spartanburg International Airport. That's actually in Spartanburg County, but right on the Greenville Spartanburg line. So again, Sugar Creek to GSP, it's a 10-minute drive. Again, one of the main reasons why people love Sugar Creek. It's close to downtown, but also so close to transportation. One other fun thing to note, if you love the outdoors, again, we talked about the Swamp Rabbit Trail. Swamp Rabbit Trail literally will run from here, southern Greenville, and it's gonna run all the way up 276, sort of very close, into Travelers Rest and above Travelers Rest. Now, if you've been paying attention, Travelers Rest 20 years ago was a very quaint rural town. It has transformed with the Swamp Rabbit Trail. It is now one of the most desirable places in Greenville County. Again, you get some small town feel. You have everything you need in Travelers Rest, a big suburb of Greenville, South Carolina. And if you love the mountains, your mountains are right here. And you are literally a 30-minute drive to the North Carolina mountains and all that fun stuff. Now, if you love mountains, but you do not want to drive to North Carolina, you are in luck. One more thing to highlight, again, as we sort of zoom back out. Again, Greenville is right here. Taylor's, Greer, west side of Greenville is over here. If we zoom in a little bit more right here, you will see this Paris Mountain State Park. Paris Mountain State Park is a wonderful state park that is located truly in the middle of Greenville, South Carolina. There are miles and miles of hiking trails and mountain biking trails, along with a few lakes that you can swim in during the summer. You can grab a paddle boat and do all that stuff. But it is truly a unique feature to have a city, but also 10 minutes away from downtown, right here, downtown to here, 10 minutes away. You can jump out and go be in nature and feel like you are miles away. And now, that's our map of Greenville. And
now that you've got a good sense of where everything is located in Greenville, South Carolina, and its key areas, let's talk about the flip side. Why would you not want to move here? Well, there are 7 reasons why you may not want to move to Greenville, South Carolina. They may surprise you. Let's check this out from a video made earlier. Do not move to Greenville, South Carolina if any of these 7 items bother you. Yeah, Greenville, South Carolina makes about every top 10 list there is, but just like any other city, Greenville, South Carolina is not perfect. I've lived here for over 40 years and absolutely love Greenville, South Carolina. Not everyone on the internet agrees. Let's go through 7 reasons on why Greenville, South Carolina is not the place for you. And then stay tuned to the end and we'll see something unexpected. Starting with number 1. 420 Eastwood says too few direct flights for me. Dale J42 says pain in the butt to get a direct flight. You're likely changing in Atlanta or Charlotte. So to both these users' point, there are not a lot of direct flights out of Greenville, South Carolina. If you're flying direct, you are most likely flying to either Atlanta, to Charlotte, and then connect to wherever you're going. GSP, great airport, but it's a tiny little airport. So there is a lack of direct flights. That is true. On to number 2. Russ Knight says, I would have to say that July and August heat and humidity, it didn't bother me as much when I was younger. I'm 69 now. I try to stay in air-conditioned spaces as much as humanly possible during these 2 months. Well, Russ, I'm right there with you. July and August, summertime in Greenville, South Carolina, it can get very hot. August average temperatures are over 90 degrees for the high, and that's not a dry heat. That is also with 50 to 70% humidity. So in July and August, we see excessive days with a heat index over 100 degrees. So if you are looking for somewhere that is not hot in the summer, Greenville, South Carolina, it's not your place. Let's talk about number 3. Wendy Blackwood says the roads. I've lived in a couple of other states and traveled through the entire East Coast throughout my life, and I can't recall any of the other states' roads being as bad as ours. Now, Wendy's got a point. South Carolina roads, Greenville roads, they are not the best. They historically and statistically get ranked at the bottom of the list when it comes to road quality throughout the nation. So if you're gonna move to Greenville, South Carolina, make sure your car is in order and be prepared to get that alignment on your car at least once a year. Is Greenville, South Carolina really just an average city? Timmy-Rosebud says extremely mid-city. Well, Timmy, I don't know if we're a mid-city, but we are not a big town. We are smashed right in between Charlotte and Atlanta. So yeah, we have enough to do, right? We are also not a big, giant, thriving city all the time. Some people love and some people don't like. So if you're looking for a mid-city, Greenville, South Carolina is the place to be. If you are not looking for a mid-city, maybe look elsewhere. It's Greenville, South Carolina's infrastructure or lack thereof. EGAL 1746 says, humidity and infrastructure were my biggest complaints. The city was a town that grew faster than they planned, and you could tell. So, to her point, has Greenville, South Carolina grown?
A little too fast?
Possibly. Are the roads a little too crowded in some places? Yes. Are the roads awful in some places? For sure. Do we have a mass public transit system? No. Do we need one? Would it be helpful? Possibly yes. So, to their point, Greenville, South Carolina more than likely has grown a little bit too fast, too soon, and does lack some of the infrastructure that some major cities do have currently. See what you think on the next one. User says, many parents in the area send their kids to private schools, though, as the public schools are not that great at all. Are the public schools truly good in Greenville, South Carolina? Well, it depends on who you ask and who is sending their kids where. But there are a lot of parents in Greenville, South Carolina that will send their kids to public school for elementary school, as well as for high school, but choose to send their kids elsewhere, middle school. So you make the decision. Does that mean that our public schools are not that great? Maybe, maybe not. On to number 7. Is Greenville, South Carolina downtown really tiny compared to a big city? For sure. Compared to a small city, not average. But this user says the downtown is pretty tiny comparatively. So my guess is he's comparing it to a big city, Greenville, South Carolina, like a mid-city. So if you are looking to spend an entire day walking the streets of downtown, shopping the streets of downtown, Greenville, South Carolina is not for you. If you're looking for a downtown that's a little smaller town feel to it, you can go down and hang out for a couple hours, a few parks, could be for you. But to this user's point, Greenville, South Carolina's downtown does not take up a giant amount of space, and it is fairly small. So these are a few things that people tend to not like about Greenville, South Carolina. But there's something that I want to share with you. I actually did not read the full reviews here. If you look at the full picture, many people still love Greenville, South Carolina. User FNKTIO, after talking about the downtown being pretty tiny comparatively, actually says, but the park is pretty awesome. And yes, Cleveland Park, Unity Park, Legacy Park, Falls Park. There are so many parks in Greenville, South Carolina. They are wonderful. Rosebud talks about it being extremely mid-city, but reading to the end of her review, she says, comfortable place to live and somewhat affordable. And it is. Greenville, South Carolina always makes the list one of the most affordable places to live, cost of living, what you can get, bang for your buck. And Russ Knight, who talks about the heat and humidity, also says, living in South Carolina is still well worth it for me, even with this terrible heat. I do not want to move anywhere else. So even with the crazy heat, guess what? We still get a wonderful spring, wonderful fall, and a winter. It may have us see a little bit of snowfall, but not too much. And then Wendy Blackwood, who talks about the roads. Yes, the roads are awful, but at the end of the day, at the end of a review, she says, anyway, I love it here. It's my home, and I am, for the most part, proud of it. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 pros,
the pros,
and 5 cons about living in Greenville, South Carolina. I've lived here my entire life. I'm a real estate agent here in Greenville, South Carolina, and I may be just a little biased. So we're going to let ChatGPT give us 5 pros and 5 cons. We're going to see what they have to say and whether I disagree or agree. So here we go. All right, so here we go. Numero uno on the pros. ChatGPT says strong economy and job opportunities. Greenville has experienced significant economic growth in recent years. Do I agree with that? Absolutely. There are multitudes of job opportunities in multiple industries in Greenville, South Carolina, upstate South Carolina, and beyond. BMW came here over 20 years ago, and it has completely shifted the landscape of business in Greenville. So yes. Now, to go with that, ChatGPT goes to the first con, limited public transportation. Do I agree with that? Absolutely. Greenville has a minute bus system, and that is about it. There is no other public transport. There's no train, subway, or anything like that. Greenville used to be a small little town and could get away with that, but now we do need to invest in some kind of public transportation. So first pro, first con, do we agree? Absolutely. Now on to pro number 2, low cost of living. So cost of living is a factor anywhere you go. Greenville, South Carolina has always gotten a plus for being a very low cost of living. This one says, compared to other cities, Greenville offers a more affordable cost of living, especially in terms of housing, utilities, and groceries. Do I agree with that? Yes. Is it an absolute? No. Housing for sure. We are cheaper on housing than other parts of the country, but I also feel like that gap has closed. We used to be a lot cheaper in housing, groceries, food, everything like that. We are still more affordable than other cities, but that gap is closing. So agree? Yes. 100% agree? No. But we are still an affordable place to live, relatively speaking, to other parts of the country. Number 2 con is hot, humid summer. So it's going weather right here. Do I agree with that? Are we hot in the summer? We are. Are we humid in the summer? We are. Is it bearable? It is. So guess what? Go make sure you get a neighborhood that's got a cool HOA, a cool pool. Go hop in that pool in the summer, and that hot, humid summer becomes a little bit more bearable. But weather can get a little dicey in the summer, but weather is also, in my opinion, it's a pro as well, right? Greenville, South Carolina is one of the only places that I feel like in the country where you can experience 4 true seasons: winter, fall, spring, and summer. You really get a sense of that. But yes, summer's here. They're a little hot. They're a little humid, but it is what it is. All right, on to pro number 3, beautiful outdoors. The city is surrounded by beautiful natural landscapes. Agree, agree, agree. We have Paris Mountain State Park, literally in the middle of Greenville, right out of the back door. There are miles and miles of hiking trails at Paris Mountain State Park. Also, right next door to us are the Blue Ridge Mountains, right up the road, 45 minutes away from Greenville. You can go hike, mountain bike, go to your favorite lake, anywhere and anytime, all within an hour of us. And not to mention the great outdoors, we're also blessed to be in an area where we are only 3 hours to the Atlantic Ocean. Charleston, South Carolina, take a trip down 26 and you are at the beach. So great outdoors, absolutely. There is tons of outdoor activities. Swamp Rabbit Trail as well. You can walk all day, run all day, jog all day, bike all day. So many activities and outdoor activities to do in Greenville. That's a pro, and that's one of the main reasons that I love Greenville as well. Now, moving on down to number 3. So this con says number 3, traffic congestion. Now, it does say, while not as severe as larger cities, Greenville does experience traffic congestion, especially during peak hours and in the growing downtown area. Do I agree, disagree, yay, nay? I'll have to say that as a native Greenvillian, the congestion has gotten a lot and lot worse, right? I grew up in an area where I literally could draw an 8-minute circle around my house, and I'm probably never having to go further than that out while I was growing up. Now in today's environment, if you're within 8 minutes from something, that is awesome. If you're trying to get that same 8-minute place, but you're trying to go at 5:30 in the afternoon, it might take you 25 minutes. So has congestion gotten worse? Absolutely. Would I call it a condo? I would not. Again, just like wherever you're gonna be at, right? You are gonna learn the when to go places, and you're also gonna learn the how to go places, right? So to ChatGPT's point, if we're taking these main roads, then yeah, it could get a little congested, but you're also gonna learn the roundabout ways to go and sort of the when to go. So traffic congestion, this may be the first one that I do not even remotely fully agree with. I'm sort of surprised that this is on the list for Greenville and South Carolina. Now, on to pro number 4, thriving arts and culture scene. Greenville has a lively art scene, it says, with galleries, theaters, and cultural events year-round. The downtown area is home to museums, art walks, and community festivals. Yes, absolutely, and yes. We have the Peace Center downtown, and then we also have multiple festivals throughout the year, including Artisphere, Fall for Greenville, to name a few, and then multiple throughout. So if you are looking for that cultured feel. Greenville, South Carolina, even though it's still a small town feel for some of the area, we have plenty of that. Again, Peace Center, we have a few other performing arts places throughout the upstate, and we have festivals going on almost weekly to where you can make sure that if you want to go hear that musician, you want to go see that art, there are places to do it in Greenville and places year round, and you got that. All right, so moving down to con number 4, it says limited nightlife options. While Greenville has a charming downtown and some great restaurants, its nightlife scene may be considered quieter compared to larger cities. If you're looking for a bustling nightlife, it might feel a bit limited. Now here's the deal. I'm 44 years old. I have an awesome wife, 4 kiddos. I really can't answer this question. I will say this, that when it says compared to larger cities, again, Greenville, probably not a large city. So is it true? Maybe it is true, right? We're not a quote unquote large city. I have no clue what goes on after 10 p.m. in Greenville, South Carolina, with the exception of a few things, but nightlife, zero clue at all. So I'm gonna leave this to ChatGPT, and you viewers, tell me, do you agree with this or do you not agree with this? I do not have an opinion on this. So the 5th pro, great for families. With excellent schools, family-friendly parks, and a welcoming community, Greenville is often considered a great place to raise children. Do I agree with that? Absolutely. Again, I have 4 kiddos, awesome wife. We absolutely love it here. It is a very community-friendly vibe. Again, you hear it all the time. Greenville is a small town feel with big city living, in the sense that, hey, you're gonna know a lot of people here, which to me is super fun. So it has that small town feel, that small town vibe, but there is also everything and anything that you want to do from a big town scene, right? There are concerts. Again, there may be nightlife. There is lots of outdoor activities. There's summertime fun in the pool, water parks, hiking, mountain biking, running. There are so many sports activities for your kids to find that, yes, Greenville, South Carolina, phenomenal place to raise a family. Absolutely agree with that. So far, the 5th con is saying allergy issues. Due to this area's pollen and seasonal changes, allergies can be a significant issue for some residents, especially during spring and fall. Do I agree with that? Absolutely. We have some crazy allergies and crazy pollen season in the spring. Again, if you park your car outside, if it's blue, you leave it outside for 3 days in March, you're gonna come back and guess what? It's gonna be a green yellow. Why? Because there is so much pollen on there. So yes, Greenville, South Carolina, if you have allergies, if you have bad allergies, I know it sounds crazy, but this may not be the place for you. And if you're looking to buy a home in the spring in Greenville, South Carolina, and you do get a mold test, guess what? It's gonna be off the charts, just because allergies are crazy here in Greenville, South Carolina. Allergies equal pollen, equal mold. So again, allergy issues, absolutely agree with that. So that was fun. 5 pros, 5 cons. I agreed with all 5 of the pros. I agree with 4 of the 5 cons. Again, traffic congestion. I do think we have some traffic, but I would not call it traffic congestion.
Now that you know the highs and lows of living in Greenville, South Carolina, let's zoom in a little bit more. Which neighborhoods stand out? Which neighborhoods don't? Here's a ranking of Greenville, South Carolina's best neighborhoods. Greenville, South Carolina has hundreds of neighborhoods to choose from, and they are vastly different from each other. And this can make picking your new neighborhood challenging. So in this video, we're gonna rank neighborhoods all the way from the bottom to the very tippy top and see what we come up with. And we're gonna see if I get a little carried away with these A ratings. But for now, we're gonna start on the low end and see what Greenville has to offer on the bottom scale. Here we go. All right, let's talk our first community in our C tier. Let's talk about Cherrydale. Cherrydale is a community that sits 5 minutes north of downtown Greenville and roughly 10 minutes south of Travelers Rest. Now, it's a C rating, but it's not that everything is negative here. There are multiple shops, restaurants. There are actually $1 million homes right up the road right here. There's a park. I'm at Piney Mountain Park right here. Has a basketball court, baseball field, soccer fields, walking trail. However, the reason that we are giving it a C rating are if you're not buying those $1 million homes, There are way more affordable homes here, so if you're a first-time buyer, that's a good thing. However, usually those first-time home buyer houses, those affordable homes, are going to need a lot of work. Also, traffic here can get fun and crazy. So if you're not looking to go to downtown Greenville, and if you're not looking to go to Travelers Rest, but if you're looking to go to the east side of Greenville, get ready to spend 30 to 45 minutes in your car if you're taking that hike around 5:30. So C rating, Cherrydale, great place to live, but there are a few better places, neighborhoods in Greenville, South Carolina, in my opinion, including this. All right, let's talk B-rated tier. I'm here in the Pebble Creek community in Greenville, South Carolina. Pebble Creek is a community comprised of roughly 10 neighborhoods in the Taylors area of Greenville, South Carolina. Also, little known fact, I used to work here back in high school. Now, it's not that Pebble Creek has everything bad with it. Pebble Creek actually has a lot going for it. As you can see here, Pebble Creek is a golf course community with 27 holes of golf. Pebble Creek also has pool. It also has tennis courts. It has lots of things going for it. Pebble Creek is an established neighborhood that has homes anywhere from 1,500 square feet to 4,000 square feet plus. And with that, you also get a wide variety of prices from 200,000 to 800,000 plus. Now, one of the reasons we are giving it a B and not an A is this golf course right here, 27 holes of golf. At one point, it used to be 36 holes of golf. So what that means is there are now 9 holes of former golf course that right now is a park-like setting. However, the developer is always trying to get a hold of that, so you never know exactly what you're going to get. Secondly, because we're on a golf course community, cost of living can be a tad bit higher here than it would be elsewhere in Greenville just because I'm on a golf course. And third, and finally, it's all about traffic. We are in the Taylors area. So again, you're convenient to that, but if you are looking to get downtown, if you're looking to get to the east side of Greenville, that traffic can get up and bite you very quickly. So that's our Pebble Creek community B-rated tier. All right, let's move to our B+ rating of neighborhood. I'm here in Riverwalk. This community, located in Simpsonville, South Carolina, has around 450 estate-style homes, mainly priced anywhere from $600,000 to upwards to $900,000. It also has many amenities, such as this 4-mile paved path that floats throughout the community, a pool, a swim team, and so much more. Families love it here. Now, the reason we're giving it a B+ and not an A is there are a few negatives. One of them being that although these homes are beautiful, some of them lack a lot of yard. And the other thing is, because we're in the Simpsonville area of South Carolina, traffic and location can get a little dicey at some point. So if you want to try to get to downtown Greenville, South Carolina from here, be prepared. You may be in your car for a little while. But Riverwalk community B+, let's go see what we got for A's. All right, we have made it to the A's. And it's not like this neighborhood here has everything positive going for it. In fact, you could argue that the location, although a pro, is also a con. If you're looking to get over to the east side of Greenville, the airport, it may take you a little while. Also, this neighborhood right here, you could also argue that, hey, home prices are a little inflated, but there are so many pros to this A neighborhood, and this neighborhood is Gower. Right behind me, I'm here at Gower Park. Right here, we have several baseball fields. We have basketball courts, tennis courts, pickleball courts. This is the place to be if you want to play pickleball in Greenville County. And homes are well-established homes with yards to die for. Home prices are now range anywhere from $500,000 to $1 million. People want to be here and they want to raise their family here. It is super convenient to downtown Greenville. It is also a multi-generational neighborhood, meaning that if you grew up here, there's a good chance that you're going to come back, buy a house here, and live here again. And talk about swim team, Gower's got one of the best swim teams in all of Greenville. But Gower, it's A-rated. Let's move on to another A-rated neighborhood and see what they have to offer. All right, here we go. So this is another A rating. This is Pelham Estates, Stratton Place. This will probably be pretty quick. This is actually my neighborhood, so a little biased. But here we go. All right, 1, 2, 3. And coming in at an A is Pelham Estates, Stratton Place, located on the east side of Greenville. This family-friendly neighborhood has a lot of what people want, and that is community, that is location. It is 10 minutes to downtown Greenville and only 12 minutes to the airport, has restaurant shopping right around it, and has phenomenal houses with large lots, anywhere from half acre to an acre lot. Homes here are roughly 2,000 square feet to upwards of 4,000 square feet and start at about $500,000 to the $800,000. Also along in Pelham Estates and Stratton Place, you have P&P, which is the neighborhood pool. Awesome swim team, awesome community feel. And there is a little bias here as well. I may or may not live here, but hey, Pelham Estates, Stratton Place, great neighborhood, great location. People want to be here, believe me, and this is why it gets an A. On to the next. All right, we've made it to our A+ neighborhood. And what neighborhood is that? It is Sugar Creek, located on the east side of Greenville. Sugar Creek is all about location. Located only 15 minutes from downtown Greenville, 12 minutes to GSP Airport, and right there along the Pelham Road corridor with all your restaurants and all your shopping. But the real reason that Sugar Creek gets this A+ rating is it's all about family and it's all about community. With over 800 homes, there's a home for everyone. Pricing ranges anywhere from the mid 400s to the mid 800s, 2,000 square feet to upwards of 4,000 square feet. And you will find families there everywhere and anywhere. Also, Sugar Creek has 3 pools, multiple tennis courts, pickleball courts, its own pond, and so much more. This is for sure one of the most requested neighborhoods in Greenville. If you're looking for an A+ neighborhood, this is it. I'm here at South Point Cottages in Greenville, South Carolina, and we're gonna ask my past client how they like living here. Hey, if you're looking to move to Greenville, why not ask someone who just moved here? And let's see if we can get them to rank this neighborhood. Let's see if we can get a 7 or above. Here we go. Hey, Crystal, you bought this house recently, right?
We did.
Yeah, good. They want to know how you feel about the decision. All right, let's talk about Greenville itself. What do we love about Greenville?
Oh my goodness, the Southern charm and the authenticness of people, it's real.
I love it. All right, let's keep it real as well. What do we not love? Is there anything we do not love about Greenville?
You know, humidity cannot be a girl's friend, especially with the hair, but it is really good for the skin. So I have to go either way on that one.
I love it. All right, if anyone's thinking about moving to Greenville, any advice you would give to them?
Absolutely. Work with this guy. He's gonna make it happen.
We try. All right, let's talk neighborhood itself. We're in South Point Cottages in Simpsonville, South Carolina. Rank it 1 through 10, with 1 being never ever am I recommending this, to 10, it's the best in the world.
Right now it's a 10. We're loving it. We're
Yes.
loving it.
Number 10. All right, this is awesome. We'll talk later.
And just like this, we'll go to more neighborhoods where my clients have bought homes. Next on the list is Fountain Inn. I'm here in Fountain Inn, South Carolina. My clients bought this property a few months ago, and we're gonna ask them if they regret their decision. Well, let's go see what they have to say. Hey guys, I'm here with Joseph and Kathy. We're in Fountain Inn. They recently purchased a home here, land. Let's do a little bit more digging and find out about what they think about this area. Hey guys, how long have you guys lived here?
About 5 months.
5 months?
Yeah,
Good?
5 months. Yeah.
What do we think about it? What do we enjoy about the Fountain Inn area?
Oh,
Well,
you
wonderful elbow room, but up and coming. A lot of neat places that have been renovated, some close shopping, great eats and drinks.
yeah, and just truly just around the corner from us, a really great, authentic Mexican restaurant and the best pizza I've ever had. The best brick oven pizza I've ever had.
Awesome.
And I'm old.
I love pizza. We gotta go check
Yeah.
this out. And speaking of elbow room, I don't know if you can see behind us, but this is awesome. All right, anything that we don't like about this area? Be honest.
For me, the shopping. I don't like having to get on 385 to go everywhere.
Okay, awesome. So,
Yeah.
So shopping, if you want to be right in the heart of shopping, Gray Court,
It's not
Fountain Inn, still
not
awesome, but maybe
yeah.
not right there.
Right.
All right, last question.
this area, this lot of land, which is awesome, by the way. Rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. What are y'all giving it?
Where we're
12.
living?
Yeah, where you living?
Yeah.
Oh, at 12?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
All right, awesome.
And I would say this, if you see something you like, move on it right away.
And choose this guy to be your real estate agent if you're looking for property and fun while you're doing it.
All right, these guys are awesome. Thank you very much. We'll talk soon. Let's go to the next one. That was fun. We had a chance to talk to 2 of my former clients about why they made the move to Greenville, South Carolina. And here's what we found out. We found out family plays a big role. We found out location of Greenville plays a big role. Cost of living, amenities, and just the general feel and vibe of the city. By now, you have a great understanding of what Greenville, South Carolina has to offer. From the top-ranked neighborhoods, home buyers' reactions, pros and cons of living here, there's so much info. While there's no perfect city, Greenville, South Carolina sure does have a lot to offer. If you're looking to make that move to Greenville, South Carolina, let me know. Contact me, Jamie, for all of your real estate needs. We'll see you soon.